Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and this is episode 2 of Remaking Songs Until I Learn Music Production. And today we have All I Need by Radiohead. And this is what we have for the intro. First, we have this ambient string. I'm using this stock plugin, Abbeywood. You can find it in the studio strings. All I did was I added some EQ, covering up the high frequencies, and some reverb, some saturation. In the background, I'm adding this ambience sound to go with it, so it fills up the room a little bit more. And this one I am using another Logic plugin, quick sampler, some pad, and the name is Something Human. Some reverb, and together we have something like this. In the beginning you can hear a guitar string. For this I am using a plugin called Volts, using mallet piano, added some chorus and reverb. There's this thing that I see the band uses, is they use this guitar, they just tap the string, just the volume, so it creates this kind of like a leaking sound. I don't know how to do that. I don't have a guitar, so I made an artificial one. I'm using this plugin from Labs. It's called Astral Forms. Using the sax organ, I added some chorus and messed up with the EQ. It sounds like this. It's supposed to be coming from the guitar. That is pretty much it for the intro. Then after that you have the drum. So first we have the close hi-hat. I am using a Logic stock plugin. You can go from the drum kit and the Bluebird. I'm using this one. So as you can see here, I have these on random velocity, so it sounds a little bit realistic. In order to do that, you need to go to the function here, go to MIDI transform, and do the random velocity. And you just select which range you want them to randomize from. I'm doing it 87 lowest and 96 the highest. So everything right here is kind of like randomized velocity. And then after that, we have the snare. This one too, I also have them randomized. And for the snare, we're using drum kit Neo Soul from the stock plugin. After that, we have the kick. This is also randomized. I'm using Liverpool from the drum kit section. And yeah, this is what we got for the drums. Okay, in this section we introduce a new instrument, the bass. I am using this stock plugin Alchemy. You can find this here at the bass. I'm using this dark drone bass. I added some child tape model and some reverb to it using Circus Minor Plate. So this is the bass that we got. By the way, this is also randomized. Below that, we have a vocal drum. What I would say, it's just someone beatboxing. You can hear it slightly when you try to listen to it. Combining the drum together, we have this. So in this synth, it's a stock plugin from Logic 2. You can go from the synthesizer lead, and using this 70s analog lead, I changed the EQ, added some chorus to it, and we have this. And if you listen carefully, you can hear somewhat like a reverb to this thing. I don't know how to do that, so I just added. We are using vintage electric piano, classic electric piano, and I added some reverb envelope to make the attack a little bit longer. If you combine them together, you have this. Okay, let's go over what's happening here. There's a lot of things going on. First, we got the piano. I am using another stock plugin, Songwriter Piano. These are added by them, and I added more reverb to this one. There's already a reverb, but I added more to it because I thought it needed more. After that, we have Glockenspiel. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. So for this, I'm using stock plugin. I added some chorus to make it shaky. I added some chow tape, and together we have this one. And behind the scene, we also have this, what I named it is a mid-part ambience. It's everything that's happening only in this middle section. We have the pan string. This is the original one. Sounds a little bit like it. I couldn't find any other instruments that replicate the sound. So I'm just using King's Cross from Studio Strings section instrument and King's Cross. I did a little bit of mixing here. We have first is the pitch. In the end, it goes up. We also have the panning. It goes from middle to left. How can I automate the panning? So first, what you want to do is press A to open this type of section, and then you just click on where you want the panning to be, and then just drag it down or up as you like. One thing to make the panning sounds good is I added this curve right here. In order to do this, you can go click this one and automation curve tool. So you just drag it down. We have the volume panning too. It gets really loud here. And then after that, we have something going on behind it. When you press the A, there is this section where you can hear the white noise. I'm just automating the volume. So it goes up and down, up and down. For the white noise, I am using the stock plugin, Test Oscillator. You can get this pressing here. Go to the utility, this one. Just add a little bit EQ. Train track. For this, I'm using an audio file from Free Sound website. In this website, you can get multiple sound effects. You can use it for your YouTube videos. It's all free, so you can just download it if you want. And I found this train track sound. So this is the original audio file that I'm using. I cut here to here, and I changed the speed of this audio file. Go down here, hold the Option key, and then just drag this down, and so it's fast enough. Added fade in, fade out to the audio. Pitch it up using this gradient 2+7, some EQ. I have another ambience. It's called Station Ambience. I am using Lab plugin called London Atmos, and choose this Atmos setting. And the automation behind it, it's what makes this like the actual song. So in this drum section, we added open hi-hat and then we closed it. Drum kit Manchester, we're using this thing. This is the close, and this is the open. And time for my favorite part of the song, we have this section. In this part, we have a new instrument, the piano horn. Analog Lab Light My Fire organ, I'm using this one, and this is the setting of it. So they're playing C, E minor, and G for the whole part. Let's go over this section right here. Ambience string. It's a cello. I'm using a cello. I'm using a stock plugin from Logic, Studio String, Studio Cello, and I added some reverb. The ambient string, it's the same thing from before. And at the end, we are looking at this string part using this full string from the Logic plugin, and it's playing these notes. And using the same instrument, we're gonna play different notes at the very end of the section. There's a new instrument, this guy right here. This one, we are using stock plugin from Alchemy and mixed it with this toy Glockenspiel we have. And the bass, it's playing. Last but not least, we have the piano. Drum here, we added this new section, tom low, hi-hat open, and then crash left. And then we're just using this Manchester, the crash left. The automation, I need to show you this one. We have the ambient string coming in really strong at first, and then in the end we want the horn to stand out, so I reduce it down here. If you made it this far to the video, thank you so much for watching. If you want more remakes like this, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps me a lot making these type of videos. And comment down below on what songs I should do next. And finally, here's the result. Hope you enjoy.